Well, I got a rather soggy dungeon for you this time. Stick around, I'll tell you about it. Hiya, folks. Old Man Grognard here. And today I've got a beginner dungeon for you from the folks at Small Niche Games. It is called Atarin's Delve. Now, this is one of the first things that Small Niche Games put out by Peter C. Spahn. It was done in 2011. It's a 15-page module, and it is compatible mostly with Labyrinth Lord or any other old-school game, no matter what edition it is. And it's a good beginner dungeon. It caters to levels 1 to 3, and it's pretty much got a setup that, while the players won't be all really concerned about it, it gives you that nice dungeon delvey feel. It also kind of introduces you to Peter's world of Amherst. And here's what a printout looks like. Now, this is only on PDF. You can only find this one on PDF. And this is my little printout here that I made. And it's on a par with the rest of them they've done. Very well done, very well laid out. The whole story goes something like this. There was a, back before there were men, there was a race called the Cathia. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. They're kind of a water-bound race, amphibious race. They worked with the water goddess Makel. And after a while, when men started moving in, they kind of drove them out, and what they did was they tried to they melded with the rock because they were so attuned to the water. When they tried to drain the water, they kind of went into a stasis type sleep where they look just like statues, and they're embedded in the rock. Something like that. I don't want to get into a big story, but basically what happened was this Baron Crandall Apperson way later found the cave and the statues and part of the temple, and he called her the Blue Lady of Onzetta Mare, which is on Lake Onzetta, named after his mother. He decided to create a cult to worship the goddess, which was basically just a noble's excuse to party and be hedonistic and do all that, hedonistic stuff that nobles do. Well, it turns out that he managed to get himself killed because they turned like the pools into baths, and they were having a whole lot of fun, and he managed to slip and fall and break his head open and drown, basically. And so the cult kind of went into decline. The manor went into decline. When some of the remaining cultists went in to get some stuff, some guy shipped a few of the artifacts off to this guy named Atarin, who was Gerald Atarin, who was part of the Explorers Guild, I think it was Cartographers Guild or something, of Dolmve, one of the main cities, the Archaeologists Guild. So he decided, hey, these are cool because these date before the time, so let's go. He gets a group together and they go off an archaeological dig. So they're unearthing stuff, and they unearthed some of the Cathia that had been sleeping, and they put some water on them, and they come alive. And also, you got some of the old cultists, some of the former cultists who want to take over the place. So they're trying to drive him out. And things are happening. People are getting killed. And so that's where the adventurers come in. So it's kind of like there's a nice backstory there. It connects it with the world. You don't have to use Amherst, but it shows you where and how. And it's a good basic dungeon delve for beginning parties. And here's what some of the book looks like. It talks about the Temple of the Blue Lady. You've got a 2-column layout here, as usual. Very clear fonts. Got everything you could need. Here's a map of the temple right there, all marked up for you. And the random encounters. I always love Peter Spahn's random encounters because he doesn't just give you, well, you run into a couple of bandits or 2 bugbears or a carrion crawler or something like that. No, he gives you like little mini scenario encounters where you could actually run it as an encounter. But what I like about it is you can run it as an encounter, but you can also use it as a plot hook for something else later. Because there's like, I think it has, one of the first ones is bandits in here. And, you know, okay, bandits. Well, they have a leader called Ogre, because he's a great big guy. If you manage to defeat him or kill him or something, they'll go running or not, mostly running. But, you know, another one could show up later for something else, connected to something else. They remember them or something like that. There's a Cathia wandering around, another mad cultist. So a disheveled cultist named Thurman Higginsby wandering through the caves. He was driven insane after witnessing the deaths of other cultists and passed out from fear, etc., etc., etc. Okay, that's a cool little hook. You know, okay, I'll give him an encounter now, but he may turn up later if he isn't dead. So he always gives you a little more than you expect, which is what I like about the small niche games. They give you so much extra stuff. You can, I mean, I compare Amherst to Mystara. I really do, because it's that detailed. Here is some. They also give you new monsters, things like that. An aggro lizard. I can't remember the name of this monster here that's in the picture, but it's basically a waterlogged zombie. And it's just a fun. It's a great way to kick off a campaign. It is. It really is a great way to kick off a campaign. And you know, you could clear out the manor, get rid of everybody. Now in Amherst, the Church of Law and Order is big time in the land. I mean, we're talking like the Catholic Church big time. And so all these, and there's like other cultists there that used to belong to this cult, who were nobles and stuff, who did it for basically the hedonistic aspect, who don't want people to know that they were part of this. They could get in some big trouble with the church. So there's another plot hook there. They may have, you know, if they get through this and they save them or whatever, they may have motivation to like try and kill the player characters at a future date or right after the adventure. So you've got a lot of stuff going on here. Like I said, this is, okay, Atarin's Delve. You find it exclusively at Drive-Thru RPG or RPG Now, $1.49. Or, I believe if you buy Chronicles of Amherst, they throw this in for free. They give you that and this in PDF form. So, such a deal. That is Atarin's Delve. I always have to look at the word Atarin's Delve from Smallish Games, Peter Spahn. Go get it, try it out, and let me know what you think at oldmangrognard@gmail.com. So, until next time, bye-bye.